Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Path Less Traveled. I'm Rachel McGowan.
And I'm Tara Sage.
And as you can see, we are outside today. We're changing it up because it's gorgeous in Cincinnati. It's, I think it's like an 85 today. So we thought we're going to change the scenery. We're going to do something outside and we're going to enjoy the weather and talk to you guys about, as always, what is coming up from an astrological perspective.
And what is going on? And boy, is it a big time.
Yes. So if you are listening to this in real time, we have a new moon in Aries and we are ending Aries season, going into Taurus season. You probably have been feeling all kinds of things because, as we know, we have the fire force this year and Aries is a fire sign. So if Aries season, March, April has felt especially cray-cray, that's absolutely why.
And we've so many planets right now in Aries too. So it's not just the fire horse energy of the year. It's not just the zodiac sign that we're in. It is everything kind of coming together. So this is really a big pivot point, a time for big changes, and the astrological new year, really. It's the first new moon. So new moons are beginnings. And then Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So just new beginnings everywhere. And I, for one, definitely feel change in the air.
Yeah.
It feels like things are really shifting.
Yeah.
Part of that's exciting and part of it's a little bit scary. So we're going to get into that.
Yeah. Yeah. And, with the Aries season ending and we go into Taurus season, Taurus is all about being grounded and checking in to see what is sustainable. So as we shift from this fire energy of new beginnings and, what do we want to change? What do we want to do? We really also are at a point when setting intentions with this new moon of checking in with ourselves and being like, hey, is this something that is sustainable? Is this something that is in alignment with who I am and where I want to go? Because, with all of this crazy energy, there may be things that you were doing or thinking that, felt really exciting. But what's beautiful about Taurus season is it's a really good check of like, hey, are you sure? You're sure about this? Yeah, it's very grounding energy. Like, are you sure you want to do this? Whatever. So, and from a numerology perspective, the week of April 20th is a week 7. So as always, it fits in perfectly with kind of the vibe of 7 energy is all about analyzing and going inner and spending that time really thinking about the things that you want to do and implement and the alignment and all of the things. So the energy is very supportive, not only of the fact that we are entering the season of Taurus, but also the week that we are entering it of what the vibe is naturally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're seeing that a lot. If you are feeling ungrounded or, last night I woke up at 3 a.m. A lot of people have been sleeping. A lot of people have been feeling it's an anxiety, but some of it can be an excitement. It could be like an inner angst. And I think that that's what we're trying to ground as we go into Taurus season. And that's where we're at with that.
Yeah.
Welcome to Aries.
Yeah,
Welcome to
fucking great.
We also have some emotional undercurrents going on when it comes to Aries and our moon, which is in Pisces. So we have the moon in Pisces, which is the emotion, the water. So that fire and water are mixing. So it's kind of about how we have that action, but what are we feeling through that action? So it's kind of really, when you think about fire and water and how they combine and how they work together, they can help each other or they can almost fight each other. Yeah. And so those emotional undercurrents of the water of the Pisces, which is the 12th sign in the zodiac, it's very deep, it's very feeling, very subconscious, underlying spiritual layers. And so we're feeling that underlying this action, these things going on. And I think that that's just something to be noting that, are we fighting with the fire and water or are we allowing that to flow?
Yeah. And what's also interesting with that in mind is there's certain signs that are more activated right now. So I wanted to share what some of that energy is that if you are one of these signs, you're going to be feeling. So there's this moving forward energy that Aries, Cancer, Virgo, and Capricorn are going to be feeling. Things start unsticking and decisions get easier. Progress becomes visible. Breakthrough and insight energy for Aries and Taurus. There's going to be sudden clarity around money, identity, or direction. And then emotional and relationship activation for Libra, Scorpio, and Pisces. You're going to have deeper conversations, emotional honesty, and healing moments. So if you've already been kind of feeling this, or you're like, oh my gosh, either you've already been feeling this or you will be feeling this time. But I wanted to note just kind of what those energies are. And then what I love, because I'm a Taurus, is there's a lucky phase right now for those of us that are in the sign of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Cancer, specifically around finance and career. So I'm excited for all of the things that are to come there. How have
Yes.
you been feeling, Scorpio slash Libra?
Yeah, so I'm the emotional one. I've got the relationship and deep realizations to come to. That's what she's looking
Hmm.
for.
Hmm.
To be honest, I feel like my career is taking an uptick. I feel like more clients are coming,
Yeah.
just more opportunities, synchronicities. I think new relationships are being built. I'm meeting new people or having more people come into my orbit that are in alignment with what I'm doing
Hmm.
and wanting to collaborate. So
Yeah.
that all has been really wonderful.
Yeah. And I've been feeling that too. I mean, I've been trying to intentionally put myself in situations to meet like minded people, but it has been amazing. Like, I met this woman who was at this very small get together north of the city. And then she was at the same event near where I live, which isn't crazy, but in Cincinnati, people are so
Synchronistic.
and just very territorial about their like where they live and kind of staying within a 15-minute radius of their house. And so I was just kind of shocked that she was at this event. And she's like a grief counselor, and she's been wanting to learn about numerology. She's doing this alignment course that starts in 2 weeks. And she wants me to mentor her on numerology. And I'm like, what are the freaking odds that I'm at this small little, that was at that moon circle we went to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, total synchronicity, like that would happen. So yeah, I'm feeling really excited in that there's a lot of downloads that are going to be happening soon. And I really am just looking for the clarity on the exactness of sorts of kind of what's to come, who I want to be, how I want to approach it, who I want to work with, the collaborations, like you said, the relationships, the people, getting the business even more going than it already is. So it feels very exciting.
It is. And that's what we're supposed to be in. We're supposed to be in excitement, but not necessarily impulsivity.
Right.
So we can feel this now, enjoy that Aries time, enjoy
Yeah.
that extra fire, and then we see how it lands. We ground it with the Taurus earth energy. And I think that we see how is that sustainable and how do we really in real time connect those dots and
Right.
make that happen.
Right.
So I think right now we're just in this very interesting point where we're kind of juggling that because we're seeing the Taurian energies that are going to start to stabilize, but we're not quite there yet.
Right.
And so we're just here to feel and think and kind of
Right.
get those building blocks to see what needs to happen. So this week, up until the 20th, that's like a very big day, as we're going to talk about. This is where we're at in that big shift. So I would expect large emotions. I would expect lots of different clarity points or even anxiety. I think you can have that anxiety and
Yeah.
question things because you are in a point of confusion that clarity is coming.
And, if you want a reading or you want to talk to somebody about your anxiety, there's always Kara at Enchanted Moments. She also does virtual. So if you want to do a virtual tarot reading or she's our intuitive counselor, you can. If you want more insight on numerology, I'm your girl. So we're here to help if you need it. Just wanted to plug that. So as Kara said, April 20th is the end point for Aries season and the beginning point of Taurus season. And so this is this is where we are shifting out of that um intense fire energy into this more grounded stability thinking energy. Like I said before, it's a week 7, so really focusing on that inner work. And there is a 5-planet alignment on the 20th, okay? Which is a huge manifestation window. So all the stuff we're talking about of like setting intentions, the new moon in Aries, great time to manifest. Like, you can't make this stuff up. Like, there is so much
All connected.
astrological support around this energy that it doesn't just feel like spring, and it is spring. There's all this crazy stuff that's happening for the first time in like tons and tons and tons of for the first time in a long time. And so There's 5 planets in alignment: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. We're not going to get into
All of that.
all of the
It's a
crazy
lot.
words you hear about what they're doing. What you need to know is that this is a moment for tangible results, career shifts, and financial breakthroughs. And I know you keep hearing us talk about career and finance, but like, that's Taurus, baby. You know, we're materialistic. We love stuff. Money's a big deal, and relationships, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. Anything within that realm is absolutely going to be tested. So I just wanted to mention that this is kind of a really special time as we shift. It's not just like your average Aries to Taurus situation in years past.
Right. Yes, this one's on steroids for sure. And even within the fire horse year energy, this is really asking you
Yeah.
to propel forward. We were in a collective 9-year last year. The world needs to kind of pull ourselves up from our bootstraps and really go, where are we in this one self time period? What are
Right.
we building? What are we growing on? And this is the perfect moment to really propel into that. And I think even if you didn't feel the fire horse energy before, as we said, you might not feel it right away. This should be starting to kick up. There should be things that you're realizing are changing and that you are moving through.
Which is why, specifically with this new moon, setting intentions, and this April 20th, all this energy of why spending the time thinking and processing is so important, because
It is.
you have this fire horse energy that is happening. And so there is that want to move. So you better be clear now about what exactly it is that you want to do. Because otherwise, like, you don't talk about anxiety. You don't want to be in a situation where you feel like you made the wrong decision, you were too abrupt with
Why do
things.
I feel like she's talking to me?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so it's, like you said, this is specifically April 20th. You can feel my shepherd, if you could see her, can feel, emotional, very introspective. You'll have this strong desire for clarity, security, all supported by Taurus energy. So I would encourage you, specifically on April 20th, to evaluate your relationships, to think about your financial and career decisions, and to notice what feels stable versus unstable as you shift into this new
What is ready
season.
to move with you
Right.
in alignment? And
Right.
it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
perfect. None of us are perfect. And a lot of our situations aren't going to be magically on a certain day. But does it feel in alignment? Does it feel like you could really ground that energy and move forward with it? And that's
Right.
what it has to be. So it's good to have those deep conversations. It's good to do that introspection with the 7-week energy. And the main thing about this episode, if you do take one thing, is confusion moving into clarity. So this
Yeah.
can feel Aries energy. Fire can be chaotic. It can be chaotic. We could have the anxiety. We could
Yeah.
have the past things coming up. We could be tested with our feelings and our situations that we're in. But it's ultimately to bring us to a point of clarity. And that's the beauty that we're moving into.
Yes. So if we can leave you with one question, it would be, can you build something real with what you initiated in Aries season? We'll find out. Let us know. Leave it in the comments if this resonated with you. If you think a friend would like to hear this message, please share it. Leave us a comment. Follow us on Instagram, Divine Femme Collective. We would love to hear from you, and we'd love to hear what your intentions are for Taurus season as we move into it in real time.
I'm excited.
I can't wait. And I mean, my birthday's coming up, so I'm also very excited for that. We'll have a special episode about me. Just kidding. But we probably should. I can do whatever I want, honestly.
They need to get to know you.
Yes, right. They don't know me well
I'll
enough
be
yet.
making the question.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe we'll do a little back and forth. That'll be fun.
That's always fun.
Okay, guys. As always, it's so nice chatting with you, and we will see you next week. But until then, have a good one. Good luck out there, people. You got it.
Use the fire and then stay grounded.
Okay. See you next time. Bye. Okay.